Hey, Einstein, where's the dot, boy? Huh?
Creatives, how are you? Welcome back to the Nerd Creative channel. FANHOME, Building the Back to the Future DeLorean, Part 12. In this video, we'll be completing issue 38 of the build. Grab yourself a coffee, sit back, relax and enjoy. As with all builds, we get component parts and we get the magazine. Let's put the components aside and have a look in the magazine. There's a top view of the gull wing doors opening. So in this issue, we'll be tackling some more electronics components into the car. So we've got our step-by-step instructions, more step-by-step instructions until we get to this point here. We've got all our cables in there. Okay. Making the McFlys 2015, yes. This is what they thought 2015 would be like. Flying cars, things like that. Didn't actually turn out, they didn't predict the mobile phone thing. Smartphones. Leopold Stokowski, who's one of the inspirations behind the Dr. Brown character, as you can see the kind of the mad Professor hair. And this is a look ahead at issue 39, where we've got more cables and wiring to go into the car. So we're actually moving on, and then we've got behind there we have all the components that come in this build. So what I'm going to do is we'll do our admin work. So these are all the components that come with this build. So I'm just going to open them up, see what we get. So we've got a plate here. We've got 4 stickers. We've got cable connectors. We have NM screws. Quite a lot in this build. Let's see, and then we've got these things, which I don't know what they are. I'm just going to put them up here for now. We've got cables, which I'll probably have to separate at some point. They're all numbered. So we got these. I don't know what these are. I'm sure I'll find out. And then we have some KM screws. So I'm going to put this aside. I'm going to bring the magazine back, as I always like to do, is make sure that I have everything that it says I'm supposed to have. So it says we've got 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4 tabs. They're calling them tabs. We've got this plate here. We have brackets. So these are brackets. We have 4 brackets. I don't know how they're going to connect. There's no holes for screws. That'd be interesting. Then we've got cables. We've got 8, 9. 8, 9, 12, and 19. And then we've got stickers, which we've got the 4 stickers there. And we have MN screws and we have KM screws. So we have everything that we need for this build. So I'm just going to turn the volume down on my phone because it keeps pinging. So let's see, KM screws. Get them in there. Just here. Get them in screws, NM, which is here. Okay, my phone's still making noises. See if I can turn the... Oh, I don't know how to do that. And my phone's still making noises. Right, okay. I have an iPhone 15, so it doesn't have the, you know, the little thing on the side where you can turn the sound off. Right, so we have our screws, we have our screwdrivers. Let's get going. So we brought the star of the show back, which is the car. I actually just placed this in just to make sure I knew where it went. So this plate sits over here. It covers this part of the engine, so we won't be seeing that anymore. And it gets in place with three NM screws. Let's just get those out. And I think we're slowly starting to cover up the engine block. So we'll get our screwdrivers out and we'll put this plate in place. Get the first one in there. Oh, I need to slide the car so that I don't keep knocking the camera. No, that's not going to work. Yeah, where I need to screw is right under the camera. So get the screws in place. See if I can fasten them without knocking the camera. May not be possible. I have to move the car back so that I don't knock the camera. Which puts the car out of shot, unfortunately. This is quite difficult to do. I'm going to stand up for this section here and just get these screws in place. Make sure they're tightened up. So that's our plate in place. Just it's a little rattly. But it's not actually going to come off, so that is the first thing that we need to do with the car. And we're going to have to leave the car in shot, moving it this way and this way as I work through. See if I can zoom out a bit more. No. So the first thing we need to do is we need to get a 9 and a 19 wires. So we've got two little connectors there, and at the other end we've got these two black connectors here. So we start off with these two small wires, and we feed them through these two columns and through these two columns. I don't know if you're actually able to see there. They feed through like that, and they're held in place by these little connectors. So I need a couple of KM screws there, and that will hold them in place. So they've got a I don't know if you can see, they've got a location lug there, and then the hole there where the screw goes. So I'm going to position, I don't know how much will get seen on camera, but I'm going to position the first location lug on that, feed it across, and then I'm going to put the second one in place. I don't know if it'll stay in place, but I'll have a go. So I'm going to put the second location lug in. Although everything's black, I can't see what I'm doing. There we go. No, that popped out. Alright, I'll leave that aside. But what we've got to do is we need a ruler, because the wires that come out at the end, they need to be 6 or 7 centimeters long. So I'm going to get my screwdriver and place a screw in there. And I'm going to, may have to stand up for this so I can see, and I've just dropped my screw somewhere. That's fine. So I'm going to put the location lug back in and then make sure it follows. I need to just turn it a little bit. Get this. It's very, 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 very fiddly. Okay. I'm going to use my phone's torch just to, because everything's black, everything's very dark, so just wondering if these are all the same size. Yeah, they look the same size. So I'm just going to feed the wire through and then put the location lug in place. That's not lining up with the hole for some reason. Let's see. Ah, putting the location lug on the wrong side, that's why. Okay, the location lug goes on the other side. Put the location lug in, and the wires, just got to get the screw in place. Whoops, that's not holding in place. Put the wires, I'm going to lie them on the car instead of hanging off the edge of the desk, because the gravity is pulling them off the desk. So let me just get that location lug back in. It's very difficult to see what it is I'm doing. Alright, so that's in place now. Let's get the screw on the end of the screwdriver. I don't think it doesn't want to stay on the end of the screwdriver. It's supposed to be magnetic, but might have to use tweezers to get that in there. It's very, very small. This is quite a fight that I'm having here because the location lugs won't stay in. Let's see if I can get the screw in there. It's supposed to be, screwdrivers are supposed to be magnetic. Now that's not where I wanted it. It's a bit of a fight here. I got the first one in, it was a bit of a fight. I just want to measure 6 or 7 centimetres, about there, from this post here. So I'm just going to measure 7 centimetres, and I'm going to pull my wires back to match that there. So that's about right there. So I need another KM screw because I dropped. Oh, there it is. I found it. So I'm going to put the screw onto the end of the screwdriver. Then we've got to position these wires in between these two. One's for the lug, one's for the screw. So I'm just going to position it. I can barely get my hand in there actually. It's so tight, so narrow. See if I can use these tweezers to position it in place. There. Just hold that in place there. And the screw fell out. Of course it did. I need 3 hands. I need 3 hands. I think that screws in. It's like doing surgery. Just hoping the screws in place. So when it's screwing in, that would be good. Yeah, there we go. So we've got one here done, and we've got one here done, and the 2 wires are passed underneath. Although the lighting's not great because everything's black. The components are black, the screws are black, the things I'm putting in are black. So that's those 2. So I'm just going to measure this again, make sure it's 6 or 7 centimetres long. It's about there. Just going to pull the cable slightly there. So the next thing we need to do is use these stickers, transparent stickers. As you can see, there's 4 of them. So I just need to peel one off. And we need to feed the cable down and across, and behind there, and we need to stick this cable there with that sticker. That's that in place, and then we need to get another sticker you can see there, transparent stickers. And we need to feed this cable this is supposed to go right out the back of the car. They're not going to reach. They're not going to reach out the back of the car. I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this sticker. Supposed to go right out the back of the car, but they don't seem long enough. They really don't seem long enough. Oh no, they don't. No, they don't have to go out the back of the car. I'm getting confused with the other. So it goes down here, and it goes. Pull this out again. Make sure it's the right length. Yeah, I was getting my cables confused. So we pull them in to there, and then they go down here. They go around that there, and that's where the sticker goes, which is here. That sticker puts them two in place there. I hope they stay in place. And then it goes here and feeds. So you've got this square section here, then it feeds. Let me just untangle them. And then it goes to there, where we put our next sticker. No, that's not what I wanted. Get our next sticker that goes and holds those two cables in place, and then those two cables go out there. Yeah, they go across there. Just put a bend in them. Just bend in the cables. So those two sit there. So that's our first set of cables. That's our 19 and our 9, held in place by tabs here, tab here, sticker here, sticker here. Yeah, that's it. Turn the car around. So these are where we put these cables. We've got to repeat the process on this side. So we get our two other remaining cables, which are 12 and 8. Just going to separate them, stretch them out. I must say these cables were all tangled up together, which was a genius idea, but so there's one. Get this one untangled. Just get them untangled because they're all curled up. And again, we start with these two smaller ends, these white connectors, and we place them in the middle of these two here, these two pillars here, and the same back there, but we don't really need to put them back there yet. I'm going to put the cables like that, and then we need to measure 6 or 7 centimeters from the column. I need to pull them out a bit more. There. And then we need to get one of these tabs, sit it in place. With its location lug. Got a screw. Now, let me see how I can do this. So if we hold that place with these tweezers, then put the screw in. Yeah, I need 3 pairs of hands actually. Sorry, 2 pairs of hands. Let's get this screw in that hole there. It's very fiddly. My fingers are too big. Let's see if I could pick up the screw with the tweezers and do it that way. Nope. I'm going to put the screw in the hole before I put the tab in place, like that there, so the screw's in place. That might be the better way to do it. So we get the tweezers and hold this in place. Tweezers are very handy for this job. There, that's those 2 in, and then we pass the cables between these 2 pillars, and I'll repeat the same process. I'll put the screw inside the tab before I place it on. That seems to work better. It's like I'm doing surgery here. Let's make sure this one's tightened. And before we stick these cables down, I'm just going to measure to make sure we've got 6 or 7 centimeters, which is about there. Then we've got our stickers. So I'm going to get 1 sticker ready. Here's our 2 remaining stickers. I'm going to get 1 sticker ready. With my useless fingernails. And let's come off that. Let's move that back. And feed this wire down and along. And we put a sticker here. There. It's 1 sticker. And we'll get our final sticker. I hope you can see everything I'm doing here, because the chassis is dark, the screws are dark, everything, it's very difficult. Okay, so we've got the final sticker. And we feed this along till we get to this square section, and then we stick a sticker in there, hold them in place. That sticker's come loose and it's got a bit of a funny shape. Let's just straighten that out and run that back there. Put the sticker in there, the clear sticker in there, It holds it in place there. And then we've got the ends of our cables there. So that is that section in place. And the final thing we need to do is we need to get these brackets here that I said had no screws in them, but they've got to sit underneath the chassis there and lift the chassis up, probably for the next part of the build. So I'm just going to lift up the chassis and put them onto these brackets there. And just fold the wheels up. So the car is actually lifted now. Bracket here, bracket here, bracket here, bracket here. The car's actually lifted up. The wheels are off the surface now. And this is how it should look there. That's our 4 brackets there. That's all our wires feeded through. We've put the plate in place. And that completes issue 38 of the build. We've got merch for the channel, as I've said before. We have Nerd Creative and we've got Stay Creative ranges. The link's in the description. Get what you want. I'd like to thank you for your company. I'll see you in the next video. Stay creative.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?